This is Canary Wharf. It's a beautiful evening. Lots of people around, enjoying the lovely weather. This is the first time in all my years of living in this country that I've been here. Cargo Market Hall. Business centre of the UK, where the social elite come to play and mingle with the locals. Mingle my ass. So this is really nice. I shouldn't be filming into the sun, but it's such a lovely sunset.
Well, she was just like,
Cool, the Big Easy. I just realised it's meant to look like some sort of ship. People, I think they would let people on the river. I would certainly not want to fall in there. And people enjoying themselves. So, I mean, it's nice. It looks nice, but me and my friends were, how should I say it, a bit more alternative. It was the 90s, great time to be alive, great time to be in your 20s, but we were all art students and very, I guess, subversive would be the word, alternative, into grunge and indie pop and techno and just an alternative kind of lifestyle, and this kind of thing was really the opposite of what we enjoyed. We used to go to festivals before they were popular with the rest of the people, before they became mainstream, and some of them were actually free. And something like this is so capitalist, I suppose you'd call it. Not that we were anti-capitalist, but just wasn't really our thing. You know, going out, getting drunk, throwing up, although we did do that more often than not, but just not in places like this. Kind of more like-minded places. People who, you know, didn't wash every day and had dreadlocks. I had dreadlocks actually. We all had ridiculous hairstyles. It was almost like a competition between me and my friends. So hard to kind of get the right exposure. I want to catch a beautiful sunset, but just makes everything else really dark. And it's just kind of, these kind of people are just, nothing wrong with this. Nothing wrong with having a night out in a place like this. I mean, we used to go to clubs in central London. We did, one of our friends in particular kind of did a bit of a U-turn. It became a bit of a, I wouldn't say mainstream, but just they were kind of different tribes, different kind of tribes in those days. You had your indies, and you had your indie alternatives, and you had your grungers, and you had your clubbers, and you had your kind of alternative clubbers, kind of like mixed gay crowd into more of the underground scene. And me and my friends, we kind of fitted into we were like our own little tribe, and we kind of floated in between all the others. We were like the misfits. And it's not like we didn't know what we were, it's just we didn't want to be a member of any particular group. We kind of liked floating around in between them, and most of the time we were accepted. We had not like we changed our clothes to suit the night or suit the place we went to. We always dressed the same, but because we were so weird, kind of didn't fit into a category, people just kind of were amused by us, I think. We could be very entertaining. We were like a comedy trio. And one of my friends in particular kind of had a bit of a bad breakup. Had a particularly bad breakup and kind of went off the rails and kind of just turned into more of a clubber. I think mainly for the drugs more than anything else, than the lifestyle. It's a shame, but kind of, we all have bad breakups. We all kind of deal with it in our own way, and he kind of came around. We were still friends. But I think because he started clubbing, we got into clubbing more. Which wasn't a bad thing. It was a good time to be. You were going to be a clubber. The 90s was definitely the time to do it. Because, well, I suppose partly because the Class A's of that time were particularly good, but also because they weren't as expensive as they are now. There weren't so many. There wasn't, it's just prior to the big ecstasy crackdown that kind of ruined ruined clubs ever really, because I mean that's what people did at clubs, you know. But you know, it's not letting people cause trouble or anything. People just went and danced, went to the clubs and danced all night, had a really good time. But governments don't like anything they can't control, and there was laws were passed. You know, you went to a club in central London, and there was almost as many security guards as there were clubbers. You couldn't go to the loo without a security guard looking over the door to see what you're up to. Okay, more often than not, we weren't going to the toilet, but still, very rude. I'm going to go in there because it's too nice and evening to go inside. But maybe I'll just kind of just have a little look. It's, who knows what we'll see. Probably, actually, I'm not going to go in there. It's private property. And if they tell me to stop filming with a gimbal. But this is nice. I like lights. I like the nightlife. The grooming room, that just sounds very dodgy. I'm assuming it's a hairdresser's. Ted's grooming room. Watch out for Ted. Cocktails, live music. It's a bit dead around here. Let's just head down here and kind of. Actually, let's not. I don't think anything's. Oh, let's just carry on. It's just parking, I think. The back roads. The dark underbelly of London, the parts that they don't want you to see, where the common folk hang out. Yeah. It's just dodgy. Let's keep going. So London is a great place. I love London, but you've got to have a bit of common sense. You know, if you go out on a night in London, try to avoid quiet roads because there is criminal activity, especially in a place like this. Pickpockets. This is very fancy. I don't know what this place is. Some sort of hotel, I imagine. We've got to go across here. The Alchemist. I'd like some lead turned into gold, please. In a large glass. This does seem like a fun place to hang out. I think one of my daughters would probably like it around here for the experience. Everyone's having a fun time. Canary Wharf. I feel a time lapse coming on. Got to find a good place to set the phone down. I do love a good time lapse. We'll hit in a quiet spot. Is it a good place for time lapse? How many lights on? Maybe just a nice pan. Let's just head this way where everyone else seems to be going. Some more, another kind of mall. So probably can't film in. Ice cream. And it's this way. Must be nice to work here. I personally wouldn't want to work here. I think I would end up throwing myself off one of the buildings. I am not an office type person. Also, I have vertigo. Makes me feel sick just looking at some of these buildings. Look how tall they are. I bet all the loos are right at the bottom. This is very fancy. spot. And I think I don't want to turn around. Maybe I can cut through here. Yeah. Let's cross here. Well, I suppose I can film until they tell me to stop. They're just cutting through. Yeah, let's give it a whirl. Let's go through here. These seats are nice. Well, that's a bit more of a feature. Not sure which way to go. I'll go this way. Very dark. Fake grass. That's still nice. All this water's really making me want to have a piss. I bet there's not one of these buildings that would just let me in to go for a quick slash. Not one. Alright, which way? I think I'm going to go this way. See, it's evenings like this, going for a nice walk in a place like this that makes me glad I don't drink anymore. Because you just, yeah, it can be fun to have a nice buzz, but you just don't remember anything.
Yeah.
You know, everything's just a blur, and you forget half of it. Only for the best sometimes, but you know, evenings like this, summer's day, just think, you know, this is what memories are made out of. It also helps if you're recording. I'm going to head back towards the station if I can find it, if I can remember where it is. So that the problem when you're filming is that you'll pay more attention to the filming than you are to the actual where you're going, how you got there. So you can get a bit lost. Just cutting through here because this looks interesting. Well, this is very nice. But see, I've never been there. Another thing about places like this, why this isn't for me, is because I've never been the kind of sit down and drink all night kind of person. I have a lot of energy and I like to dance. And everyone here is just sitting down and eating and drinking, which is nice. And maybe they're going to go out dancing later on. I don't know, but I doubt it. Some are. A lot of hen nights. But hen nights and stag do's. Kids' questionable hair salon. Electric. Electric what though? So this way. Makes you forget about all the horrible crap that's going on in the world. All due to one man. One idiotic man who has more money than sense. And find a good spot. This bridge is the perfect place. Hello. Kind of triggers my vertigo a little bit, that bridge. So let's try just over here. Very annoying. Just like nothing's just the right height. That's lovely. You know what? Screw the time lapse. Let's just get a nice pan again because it doesn't really need a time lapse. It's just very pretty as it is.